Let's start this match. Robot, not sure who's on which side. Robotics versus infantry. Again, that's another. We had this match already before, but not on crossing. They were supposed to be playing on central, but well, whatever. One of the opponents is from China, so we have a bit of trouble communicating with him. So when he put out crossing, Moose was like, "Yeah, fine, let's do crossing," and that's all that we want. Teams are setting up. Infantry versus robotics. I actually believe robotics kind of counters infantry, but infantry has, of course, ways to fight robotics back. And infantry is very strong on crossing because you have enough cash points to actually spam marines, and you can use them to push on C and A side, eventually get to the opponent's side and capture their energy point. Yes, there it is. So Joseph actually has a huge advantage here, especially if they pick fortification, which they didn't, because they can just put barracks here and lock down the opposing energy point. Let's see what we have here. Okay, increase the camera speed a little bit. Now, we have some Serpent on XR side, who is KiwiMoose, against XY, Neutron, on the opposing side. They're both very good players. Serpent likes to command and KiwiMoose likes to command too. The first matchup was actually won by Serpent because XY actually sent half of his officers elsewhere. So Serpent managed to capture B. Though sending them on this lane is pretty good because they can eventually capture the energy point, as I said before. Moose should use one of these mules quickly to capture this energy point before these guys can get there. They are being actually commanded. Perhaps. But there we go. They get B. All the units went for A. Well, at least the demolishers. It should be enough to take out this field support. What's building in here? If this is a point defense, it's a really early point defense that's going to hurt in the late game because of the energy costs. If it's an armory, it should not be there, but it could be barracks, right? It could be barracks. Those are right, yeah. Early barracks before the second power plant. That's definitely a play to make, but as you can see, there are no armories anywhere. KiwiMoose already has locked down his energy point with a power reactor. Okay, that's why he didn't use the mule. This mule will look this point, and he should have much more advantage in early game resources, as you can see, both in cash and energy. As long as he doesn't float during the late game, that should be fine. We have a phalanx crew coming to B, but though a beetle, 3 officers are actually defending here. This phalanx crew, if not deployed properly, will not be able to be enough to retake the point. And as you can see from the point of view of this phalanx crew, it's a bit problematic to see on B. And even part of the place that should be able to see is protected by those boxes. Now, those marines shouldn't be enough, but maybe we have to have people. Okay, beetle down. Anvil marines. I'm sorry, those are GSF officers, my bad. The XR officers were somewhere else, so this now everything now belongs to GSF, I think. Interesting. Serpent decided to go battle commanding. Where is he? There he goes. Okay, reasonable weaponry. Saving up some resources over here. Killing Anvil. Might be waiting for the first reinforcements to actually retake anything, but XY has an interesting... has a good map control right now. Second phalanx crew. Is there anything on C? Oh, officers are defending C, along with this armory with turret. Serpent doesn't have this point locked down yet, but perhaps some mule will come. Some mules should get turrets soon. This phalanx crew is a bit of a problem. We may not go too much into the late game if this map control persists. this is possible to be retaken if you manage to get rid of this armory. And A is also possible to retake, but you need to take care about this phalanx crew that's not deployed, so it should be too hard to retake. We'll finally locking down this cache point. Serpent taking out another phalanx crew and perhaps even marines. Yes, Serpent managed to take out this phalanx crew. That's a huge loss for the opposing team. 2000 cash, that's probably all the cash they have right now. He is going to die. It's going to be a costly defeat. It'll take a while for him to reappear, but not too long. Because he had no suit. And his loadout wasn't too pricey. Now he can focus on commanding a little bit, perhaps upgrading to tier 3 his research module. Though he's probably focusing on a fight somewhere. Right, on the middle. He managed to regain control of B point. This is going to be a little bit of a problem. It's a point defense coming, I believe. Yes. Again, point defenses can hurt when you build them too early. This phalanx crew is already deployed, so the opportunity to take this out easily is lost. These guys aren't going to be enough unless they are upgraded already to take out this armory. But perhaps if they are upgraded, which is possible. No, they are upgraded. There's no reason for them to ever go there. Pull them back, please. Okay, the upgrade is cute, but the demolishers won't survive. Okay. Armor turrets are too OP. Two iron guards fighting a phalanx crew next to the barracks. Since Serpent just noticed those barracks, he can try to destroy them and set back the opposing team even more. That would be interesting to do. This phalanx crew, of course, destroyed the iron guards, and there's still a point defense that needs to be destroyed too. Another push on the A side, where... Oh, there are some cores. These cores are... Oh, they are fighting this armory. That's a way to destroy an armory, using iron guard cores. But the drop would be probably better suited to at sea, or even at behind those barracks, so they can take out this phalanx crew. The crawler should be enough to take out the phalanx crew if it does not deploy in the... It's shooting on the wrong side. In the AT mode? No, it didn't. So the crawler can probably defend this point. It's not a good commanding. I mean, it is a good commanding. He's a good commander, but using this crawler could be a little bit better. How's the fight for C looking? The armor is down, perfect. The C is captured because those iron guards managed to eat a lot of bullets there. XR should get another reinforcement soon, and they are already building Templars because he managed to upgrade. Templars without more upgrades aren't enough to kill them. Yeah, units in buses are very dangerous, especially if those are iron guards, but yeah, marines are bad too. There are already Templars here. They are down because they went straight in front of the phalanx crew and the point defense at the same time. Luckily this crawler will eat some shots, and those Templars might have enough time to recover. No, they were down again. Targeting priority. Okay, crawler got saved. Is this going to be enough? Can Moose turn this around? One iron gun drop over here would just shut down these barracks. More Templars. Okay, point defense down. These Templars can now recapture B. They should be ordered to do so, because he's not going to be quick enough to destroy this phalanx crew. C is in the XR hands again, but iron guards are losing the fight against a singular officer with LMG. Is it upgrade the LMG? I don't think the officers can upgrade. Let's see. No, it's a regular LMG. A side is pretty well defended, but now there's a way to go around and flank this phalanx crew. Eximius figures out where it is. This Templar finally managed to recapture B. Crawler incoming. More Templars over here. They should go and just destroy this barracks before the phalanx crew can take them out. Yeah, barracks are getting some hits for missed shots at this phalanx crew. Let's see what we can do. CS back in GSF hands because this mule didn't lock down this point in time and didn't put a turret on itself. Battle for B continues. Emperor should be enough to defend for a little bit longer, but this scroll should really be used to destroy this phalanx crew before these barracks can pop out more of them. This looks like a point defense. I actually like this position for a point defense. Pretty good. Never really checked this thing for better positioning. Perhaps a phalanx crew even like hidden here. It's impossible to hide it here. It could be interesting. Okay, what do we have here? I think the crawler died because of another phalanx crew defaulted into anti-tank mode. There's a classic echelon crew. Undeployed. Out of it. Echelon crews have insane range. And there's an Iron Guard core drop defending C again, so C is captured back. It's still a game. They won't be able to survive against those scrolls, but they should be a bit better hidden. This is a good place for Iron Guards to hide them. This mule must get a turret soon. Maybe not. There are some Templars. They can take out this armory, capture this cache point, and get more resources on the XR side. Though XR managed to push for B again. I mean, GSF managed to push for B again. This mule has a turret, which is very useful. Oh, those Templars are just wasted PopCap right now, because they didn't manage to take out the field support. They are still not fully upgraded. They should get the last robotics upgrade soon. He's building too many Templars, actually, I think. If we could build more cores, in addition to those Templars, upgrading his command center, that would be perhaps more interesting. You also need like 2 fabricators to manage to pump out Templars quickly enough. Alright, Templars managed to recapture this cache point, and the mule should come soon. It's a good thing to have one forward fabricator. Tier 3 reinforcements for XR, they are useful to retake 1 point. Of time, they'll be strong enough. IV coming. IV is not a good matchup against Templars. The Templars will win 90% of the time. These Templars should retake this point, buy more time for XR to turn this matchup. Back. Templar is retaken. There are 2 flanks. Oh, okay. This is an echelon crew. The cores are actually fighting this Iron Guard troop. This Guardian Trooper is really strong against robotics, so he should force fire these Iron Guard cores to actually kill these field supports, and it's gone because the troopers just destroyed them. Maybe along with this somewhere else. Artillery on Templars. This mule finally has a turret, so this is a well defended position now against any officers. CS now in the XR hands. There's of course nothing else than this mule, and it's fairly easy to take out a mule. Let's see. Where's the IV? I just heard it. Right, IV is still alive because the Templars are destroyed. No, Omicron should be also enough to take out this IV. It would be way better used to take out this Guardian Trooper or these phalanx crews. Come on, Omicron, move! Ah, if this is the location it was supposed to stop, it's really bad because of those Guardian Troopers. Okay, the Omicron was actually fighting in IV, which is okay. These guys should be upgraded already. Finally, the third upgrade for the robotics. But those two phalanx, this phalanx crew wasn't destroyed in time. Destroyed this Omicron. It's sad to see a turret in here. Not a good idea because the turret function is already done by this mule, and a single phalanx crew set into anti-tank mode can destroy both of these things in seconds. Recon drone over here. So let's take out some of the from here. Did they not finish the third robotics upgrade? That's weird. I can't see it here. Templars... Marines actually counter Templars. They're just more cost effective. And of course, Phalanx crews counter everything. Beast in GSF hands, but probably not for long. Anchor might capture, though this echelon crew may slow it down. Anchor should at least decap. If he has some shields left. Yes. He managed to decap. Though he lost his shields, the decap was in time, so the match continues. How's A looking? Still the same defenses on A, one Phalanx crew, 5 Marines. Nothing fancy, can be pushed through easily. But not by a single officer. Oh, and apologies, there's a point defense here too. It requires a bit of work, like a tank, but shouldn't be too hard to do. Now, Serpent has chosen to... Oh, I've seen him moving, it might have been a fluke. More Templar push right into the Phalanx crew. Not happy to see that. Those Templars could flank the Phalanx crew, almost flank it. Oh, not only Phalanx crew, but a Guardian 222. Phalanx crew deployed in the in the opposing way to destroy this Iron Guard course in time, but in an anti-tank mode, which is a good idea. They're still focusing these Guardian troopers. They should be focusing these Phalanx crews. Perfect, one Phalanx crew down, but this is the important one that must be destroyed, and those... yeah, put this Iron Guard core and hide it inside the barracks, so it can't be attacked and can kill any reinforcements coming out from the barracks. XR again managed to recapture B. No apparent fight on C. Does XR have one reactor in the base? No, it doesn't look like... Yes, it does. This reactor should be put somewhere. It doesn't matter if it's on front line, but it should be here, for example. To get more, just a bit more income. The energy income of GSF is weird. Oh, GSF has not locked down its energy point. And the power plant is not upgraded. That's a huge misplay. So you should just be more careful about the Phalanx crews. Do not send those Templars again. Another Phalanx crew, please. XR finally upgraded its command center to be able to produce Iron Guard cores. That's useful. And Serpent is actually closer to the front line, but preparing to battle command. Oh, this upgrade must be air. Whenever you are playing robotics, you want to pick that upgrade as soon as possible. Guardian troopers should be somewhat countered by Templars if they are a singular target for the Templar. Serpent managed to hide here from the artillery. Or a good match, but oh yeah, that's not reinforcements, it's just an attack. Again, another Phalanx crew comes. finally an Iron Guard drop into proper position to take out this Phalanx crew. Perhaps even drop in on the Guardian Trooper, but this Phalanx crew should be gone. Now move them quickly somewhere when they can do more good, like on A, please. This is a problematic thing. Those things are hard to fight with energy weapons. The Iron Guard of course come. They should be able to withstand the Phalanx crew fire for a while longer, eventually killing everything over here. Since this Phalanx crew is gone, it's really easier. Those Elite Marines have ATRs, which are very damaging against Iron Guards, but there's just too many Iron Guard cores. Another Guardian Trooper, and I didn't notice that this point wasn't captured in time. GG! So that's one for XY FM. GG.